Yo. Oh shit. Yo, okay. What's up? I need like a warm-up screen or something. Cause look, gotta like wait X amount of time. Okay, there we go. I think we good. Yes. Okay. So it's been like a month since I've streamed, but we have new gear. I don't know if you can tell, but new mic, new camera. A lot has changed. I don't know if I'll cover that this stream, but I do want to cover SpeakMCP, which is not showing yet. There we go. Okay, this is the project. What have we added? I don't know. Let's just give you a rundown from the start. So this is originally an app to dictate voice into text. So let's just open a new text file here. If I hold control, I can say anything and it should paste it here. Yep, there we go. But I've added another keybind here and enabled agent mode. So, I mean, it's called tools in the settings, but we got MCP tool calling. So we can install any MCP server we want just by like importing a JSON config or manually adding the details in the config here. I have only one tool here, this headless terminal. Sorry, one server here, headless terminal, which is, you know, just like a bash terminal, which actually enables quite a lot of things. So, also I've added like the ability to change which provider for which model. So you have like a voice transcription provider, post-processing provider, and also the agent that does all the tool calling. So I've found like obviously Sonnet 4 to be the best for tool calling. So let's try Sonnet 4 here, just so I know it'll work. And I've also added a system prompt. Where do I add? In the MCP here, like additional guidelines. And I say to use the Mac OS say to communicate to the user after every tool call. Just so like it speaks back to us, which is kind of cool. So let me show you very soon. Oh, we got our first chat message. Can it call Claude Code and basically talk with Claude Code? Yeah, definitely. Definitely possible. I wonder if I should put that above my head. Let's see, hold on. Boom. Yep, definitely possible. You can load literally any MCP you want, and one of these MCPs could be to talk to Claude Code. Headless Terminal actually can call Claude Code as well, but it's headless, so we won't see it. But let me just show you like a basic thing. I can just be like, how many files are on my desktop? This is very basic. And yeah, I got a nice UI here above my head. It's created the HT session.
Checking your desktop files now.
And you can hear it talking with the basic Mac voice. But yeah, it should just be one command. So hopefully it'll tell us really soon. Looks like I have had issues with this MCP sometimes, like the session closes or something. So it looks like
you have 10 files on your desktop.
Okay, there we go. 10 files on my desktop. Let's see if that's true. Oh, I accidentally closed it, but like if we go ls desktop 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, yeah. Okay, there you go. That's just like a very basic example of what we can do. So I thought this stream we might try add a feature or play around with some more MCP tools. But yeah, this build, if you have a Mac, you can download this build. I mean, this whole project is open source, but I've built this because I know running open source projects that have a lot of dependencies is pretty difficult for a lot of people. So I've made this build. So if you have a Mac, you can just run this without having to build it from source. Just head over to github.com, AJ47 SpeakMCP. Releases. Oh shit, did I not make the release? Oh, it looks like I didn't actually make the release. Let me do that now. I swear I did. So okay, so v0.3. So this one's a BYO key plus MCP preview. So yeah, the previous versions, I have v0.2. That one, you don't have to bring your own key. You can just use but it's only the dictation thing. But you can use that completely for free if you want. Lazy says you can use Kokoro locally and it's minimal even on CPU. I've tried it. It is small, but it is still significant, and also it's not very fast compared to, well, obviously Mac OS say command is super fast and minimal CPU usage, but it sounds like shit. And then I was thinking maybe we can find an MCP to do text to speech. Like I'm sure 11 Labs has one, but that'll probably be expensive. That could be something we play around with. Let me just release this first. Publish. We weren't able to. Oh. Okay. Publish. Oh, which branch is this? Actually, this is main branch. Well, I don't know. Anyway, you can download that now if you want. Integrated with Agent Zero, and we put rate limiting and stuff. It turns out great. Okay. But yeah, let's do that this stream. I want to kind of play around with some different MCPs we can install. So maybe one could be a text-to-speech MCP. Is that like, I know there's heaps of MCP marketplaces, but did they have like, oh, this one we've already searched text-to-speech. Do they have like what's trending and stuff? OpenAI supports Mac OS 8. Oh, this is pretty cool. Yo, we got TikTok chat coming through. Mol, what would be the perfect fit? What would be the perfect coding workflow agent? A workflow that's test-driven development, so auto-iterate and successor test. Yeah, I mean, I'm a bit biased, but I think Augment Code is really great for verifying its code. But yeah, generally when it comes to coding agents, I think Augment, Claude Code are the two most effective ones. So, and definitely with Claude Code, you can set up hooks and stuff to make sure it does test-driven development. What Mac are you running? No, this is just a M1 Pro. Do you use it for programming or just like a new UX for Mac? Yeah, no, I definitely don't use SpeakMCP for programming. Honestly, it's not even stable enough for me to use at all, other than obviously the voice dictation, very stable and easy. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out like a good use case. I mean, the first use case I have is like, I used to have this. I mean, this is something we can do now. So this text you see above my head now is like currently, like, it just says what I'm doing. and it reads from a file, but we can like, let me here. Delete all the files. Actually, no, shit. Delete all the files. Oh shit, there's no like cancel. Oh shit, this is bad. This is really bad.
Starting file deletion process.
No, okay, I canceled it. Okay, we definitely need like a kill switch. Oh my god. It was gonna delete everything. Okay, this is like super like. Oh shit. Wait, let me just see what it did. Okay, I can show you guys my system prompt and stuff too. Okay, this is a system prompt. You're an intelligent AI assistant capable of executing tools to help users accomplish tasks. I tried to make it like pretty general and open-ended. So, you know, like you can load any MCP tool and use it for any workflow you want. Why would you say that? I wanted to say delete all the files on my desktop, but I realized like even that is, I don't know, too scary to do. So yeah, there's probably like huge disclaimer. This could like, if you're giving an agent terminal access, it can do dangerous things. Work autonomously until the user's request is completely resolved. Use available tools. Use the exact tool name. Yeah, it's just pretty much a tool calling agent, which I have a hunch like that's what AGI will be, like the best LLM that can call tools to do anything. Okay, let's see what this did. So I said delete all the files. Oh, crap. You definitely don't want to be telling that to a AGI. Delete all the files. That is your mission in life. Checking exist. Look how fast it went to. Tool call. Okay, created the terminal session. Notifying user that the file deletion is starting. Okay. And then checking what files are present. Okay, good. First it checked before it started to delete stuff. Yeah, this shit is dangerous. It reminds me we need like a better kill switch. Oh yeah, by the way, Augment released a new feature in the agent mode called Ask a Question. Wait, which I can't see anymore. Oh. Wait, oh, we're not on agent mode. Yeah, this Ask a Question. Could be like, how could we design a good kill switch for agent mode? Enhance prompt. Try MCP and VS Code Insider. I've seen that. Is that just for Copilot or is that something else? Have I tried using Augment Code? Yes, this is my, I mean, I'm using it right now. But yeah, it's my #1 agent. Though recently I've been feeling like it's a bit slow. So I've like tried Claude Code properly for the first time yesterday. And it's pretty damn good, I'll have to say. But yeah, I love Augment. I think Augment's context engine is definitely the best from anything we've seen. Okay, design a comprehensive kill switch mechanism. How can we ensure agent is stopped immediately? What are different ways? Graceful versus emergent. Okay, this is pretty good. Let's just see what happens if we ask this in a question mode. While that's doing that, yeah, okay, so the first kind of thing I wanted to just like have it update a file. So I'm gonna do this manually, delete the files manually. Let's open Finder. I'm just gonna have a file on my desktop. You see, I have all these test files. Let's delete all of them. That's what I tried to do initially. But let's call this current. Wait, we'll call this stream status .text, and inside it we're gonna be like testing SpeakMCP. Okay. Save. So I think I can now point my thing to that file on OBS. So I'm using OBS to stream and it can read files. So now, okay, cool. Now it's reading that file I just made and that's what is giving this. And I'm going to try get SpeakMCP to update this. This was my like first like reason why I even built this app is like, so while I'm streaming, I can just use a voice command to update this. So let me just run that and try it. Okay, so SpeakMCP is running. Update the stream status file on my desktop. The contents should now read looking for an MCP server. Okay. So this is the kind of thing I wanted. This is Sonnet 4, which is going to be more effective.
Creating terminal session to update stream status file.
But I've also tried it with like Kimi on Grok, and that's super fast. So there's a bit of a trade-off on like speed and...
Stream status file updated successfully.
Okay, so it said it updated successfully, but we can see the title did not change. Stream status and say cat stream status. Looking for an MCP. Okay, maybe let me double check. I don't know if it did successfully update it, but nope, it didn't. Okay, that sucks. There's also like a file server MCP that could be more effective than just giving it complete terminal usage. So maybe I'm gonna try that real quick. We got a comment here. Do you pair your code with no-code tools or just make everything in-house? Occasionally I use a no-code tool if I think it's gonna be faster or easier than coding manually, but generally I manually code everything. Manually with AI tools. Okay, so one of the examples here is actually a file system. This is like from the official Model Context Protocol file system MCP. So I'm going to turn off. Now, I don't think the turn off actually works properly. Oh, this one doesn't even load. Damn, the file system MCP is not loading. Path to allowed directory. Oh, can we edit this? Here we're meant to do what path we want it to. Can we do desktop? Let's see if that works. Nice, okay. So now we have file system connected to our desktop. We can even change what tools it has here. See, read file, read multiple files, write file, edit file, create directory. Let's turn off create directory, directory tree, move file, list allowed directories, just to like clean up the stuff. Now let's see if we can do that. Edit the context of stream status to say looking for MCP servers. Oh yeah, see, it always initializes the other MCP, so currently completely turning them off is broken. I can delete it, which I might do. Yeah. Access denied. It tries to look in a different... Oh no, here we go. Oh, okay, that worked. Great. So the file editing, the file system MCP is obviously a lot better at editing files. Who would have thought? Is this MCP for TTS? Kind of, no. This is, okay, so what I have SpeakMCP is an MCP client, which is what you see on my left. This is the client settings. So I'm able to speak into it and trigger MCP tools. It's completely open source at AJ47 SpeakMCP. Oh, you can't fully see that there. But yeah, I'm looking for a server for TTS, and I found this one, Blacktop MCP TTS. MCP server for text to speech. It can do macOS, say, 11 Labs, OpenAI, oh, even Google. That's pretty cool. So speech to text to LLM. Yes. Yes. Okay. So that's pretty cool that we got that. Looking for MCP. Let's see. I'm going to delete the headless terminal just so we don't do anything crazy again. And let's see this time if I trigger it, it'll still think headless terminal is a thing. Update the stream status.txt to say looking for cool MCP servers. Look, no hands. Let's see if this works. It initializes. Oh shit. I think it still has the headless terminal stuff. Yeah, it does. Okay, we need to definitely fix the ability to turn off MCP tools. Do I have a web crawler MCP? I don't have one installed, but yeah, there's a lot that exist.
Stream
Firecrawl.
status updated successfully. The file now says looking for cool MCP servers.
You know what's crazy is it used the HT to do the macOS say, even though I turned off headless terminal. Okay, I'm gonna get Augment to kind of fix the turning off of MCP servers. Oh, actually, there's a kill switch. So if you guys were here at the start of the stream, I accidentally almost deleted every single file on my computer through the headless terminal MCP. So I was like, let's design a kill switch. Comprehensive AI kill switch, hardware, yes, physical stop button. Kill switch manager. Yeah, how does it work though? Multiple trigger, physical button, multi-key combination, Control Alt Shift K. Control Alt Shift K. Emergency stop. Prominent kill switch in the UI. Okay, this is pretty good. Are these different options? Multiple trigger. Should I implement this? Does seem a bit overkill. But I think we need it. This is definitely overkill. Let's just get a simple design done. I'm gonna actually do it in a remote agent, just so like I don't need it now. We can have it in parallel. Create a global hotkey for kill switch that when triggered for agent mode, it should stop the agent and kill all the processes that the agent has created gracefully. Okay. Make a pull request into main when finished. Okay, so yeah, I like to do remote agents for stuff that, you know, I don't really need at the moment, but they're still important. So I just have this running in the background and then I can merge it into main when I'm ready. Have I tried the SpeakMCP server? No, I haven't. What's that? Have I found any good areas to learn LLM stuff? The degenerates on 4chan, no. Like, what do you mean by LLM stuff? Like how LLMs actually work? There's this YouTube channel, 3 Blue 1 Brown. They have some cool videos with really nice animations. Memory MCP, yeah, that's a good one for sure. What's the LLM you're running? So what I just showed, I was running Claude Sonnet 4, just because I think it's the best agent model, but it is the most expensive. We can do some tests with, I want to show you Kimi on Grok, because it's super fast. Yeah. Is it supposed to combine multiple LLMs together? It can. So what I'm making is supposed to be super general. So you can like load any tools, and some of those tools could be to call other LLMs. Yeah, so I'll show you guys. I'll show you guys the speed of Kimi, and let's see if Kimi can update Kimi on Grok. So now I've set Grok to, all right, here we go. I've set Grok to my agent provider, and then in Grok we have Kimi K2 as the model. So if I say update the stream status file to contain the text, I am very cool. This should be a lot faster if it works. Yeah, here we go. Boom. Okay, but it isn't very effective. So it was fast, but it just failed. Like you see, it failed here. So we can try it again. It sometimes works. Update stream status file to contain the text, I am cool. For some reason, the start takes a while. Okay, did that work? Nope. Yeah, as you can see, it's just it gives up. So the issue we're having here is it just gives up too early, or like says it's finished. Interestingly, I found Quen 32B, which is also served by Grok, to be able to go on for longer. Update stream status text file to say Quen is cool. Let's see how that goes. Nope. It almost worked. Tool calls, edit file, stream status. Oh, it said the name of the file wrong. Stream. Oh, it made a new file called stream status. Let's see. There should only be one file, stream status.txt, without the underscore. Delete the one with the underscore and change the context of the correct file to contain Quen is cool. Okay, so this is a kind of way more complex task than the other ones. Let's see how it goes with this. I need to make myself smaller. I feel like I'm covering a lot of things. Damn. Okay, so it almost worked. It created a file without the underscore, but it's still not the right file. So maybe we should just work with file names that it understands. Vibe coding stuff? What was your question? Hold on. Have you found any good areas to learn about vibe coding stuff? Vibe coding. I don't know. I really like Riley Brown. I think he's like the poster boy of vibe coding. But you know, honestly, I would urge you to not be afraid to do like the next level of not vibe coding, but like AI assisted software engineering. And Indie Dev Dan is probably the GOAT at that type of content. Smart voice assistant with AI integration, yeah. AI gooning partner. It can be anything really. It's like a general assistant that can do any MCP tool calling. Okay, I'm just gonna update. Oops, I'm gonna update the stream status. Let's just do a. What the fuck? Oh, how do you delete everything? RMF. Yes. Okay. Test. Okay, let's update that to be. All right. All right, let's see if Gwen can handle this now. Update the stream status text file to say shout out to Mad Breezy. Cloud Code is the bee's knees, yeah. Cloud Code is a great general agent as well. Okay, let's see. Read files. Yeah, there we go. That worked. It should have done that before. Okay. Update the file to read looking for cool MCP servers. The startup time is really long for this. I don't know why. Okay, sweet. Yeah. Okay, that works super reliably now. So yeah, that's pretty much my first use case for this general agent is just to update that text that just says what I'm doing really easily. I might put it here. So yeah, let's look for some cool MCP servers. So let's look at like smithery.ai, observy.ai. These are some of these. Okay, featured browser base, cloud browser automation, ref, provide AI coding tools with token efficient access to docs, national parks information. Ooh, what is this? YouTube X videos into structured data. Super data. Oh, I've heard of this. Well, this is really interesting. Do we need an API key? You gotta sign in to Smithery. Interesting, because they host it for you. Okay, I might do that. Let's just sign into Smithery. Okay, what's this kind of URL? Okay, you need a SuperData API key. I thought so. And I don't think it's that cheap, but it's pretty cool. You get 100 free requests, and then it's like 1 cent per request. LLMs that are uncensored. The last one I've heard of was Dolphin LLMs. Actually, there's this hosted one. Someone pointed in my Discord. I can't remember. Like Venice? Was it Venice? Yeah, this one. Venice AI. I think this one's uncensored. And you can just try it online. Pricing for which? For super data? Yeah, I think I just showed you. Let's find some other extra search. Oh yeah. Does this need an API key? Probably. Yeah. But it's optional. What about Brave Search? I think that one's free. Brave Search. Oh, you need API key for that too? What about DuckDuckGo? Nice. Okay, you don't need one for that. So we have this remote URL, which is cool. So we don't even have to install this one. I think I can add remote URLs in SpeakMCP too. Let's see. Add server. No, there's no option for that. Okay. We need to add that as an option. Let me add that in an issue. Feature add ability to add remote URL for MCP servers. We can actually fire that off in a remote agent as well. Actually, let's do that in a local agent. I don't think we're running anything in a local agent. Do research to find relevant code and implement inside the MCP tools settings. Okay. I have Perplexity MCP, which I think is really good for search. Actually, we'll just keep the augments web search. Should be good enough. Yo, Salah, yeah, I haven't streamed in a month. Could you reduce your frame size? You mean me? Like my webcam? What do you mean Uzumaki? Alright, I'm gonna turn on TTS. Let's do an AMA.
Uzumaki-kun. Yes, you're.
Okay.
Salahuddin. I'm in Egypt.
Oh shit, Egypt.
Tamale Dad's AirPods Tamale. You.
Yo, Dad's AirPods, what's up? Tamale, Dad's AirPods.
Uzumaki-kun. Perfect.
What if I'm in the middle? I feel like there's less important stuff in the middle. And then I can also point to stuff. Update stream status to say implementing remote MCP URLs.
Tamale Dad's AirPods Tamale. Haven't been here in a while, but just know I've been around for 2+ years now.
For sure, Dad's AirPods. I definitely remember you. I haven't streamed in a while either, so don't worry. Damn, how come that didn't work? File system, edit file. We need better logs to debug tool calls. I want to kick off another remote agent.
Wait, is this your own TTS?
This TTS is Google TTS, but what you saw my STT, speech to text, that's my own, yeah. And now hopefully we can add a remote DuckDuckGo MCP server. Let's see. So yeah, this is my app SpeakMCP. Let's try to add a new MCP tool.
Jayesh Baviska, are you using Claude Code?
I don't know how, wait, where can we add a remote one? No, I'm using augment code. I did start using Cloud Code yesterday though. It's super cool. I mean, I think you saw it pop up on my screen, but right now we're using augment, as you can see on the very right-hand side. Supposedly I should have been able to add remote. Oh no, that's still going. I guess it was a, okay, never mind. That's a different thing. Oh yeah, it's when I clicked remote. That's what happened. Okay. I just want to kick off one more agent. Currently there's a bug with turning off MCP servers. They always get turned back on when triggering agent mode. They should stay off if the user has switched them off. Otherwise, if they are on but uninitialized, they can turn on again. Once initialized, they should stay on until user switches them off. Initialization should happen on app open. Okay, enhance prompt. And I think we just got another pull request from something I triggered earlier. Yeah, global hotkey kill switch. Yeah, if you guys were here at the start of the stream, I almost made this agent delete all the files on my computer, and we didn't have a kill switch, so definitely something we need. Yeah. Damn, this changed a lot of files. Control Alt Q. That's a pretty good kill switch. We'll have to test that later. I won't test it now. Okay, and that's triggering off. Okay. So, okay, while we're waiting for all of that, this is pretty cool. Enable MCPs in one click. This Observy, they're a new YC company. They're actually at the YC MCP hackathon. And they enable many MCPs with one URL, supposedly, which is really cool.
Quinn build. What are your fave MCPs?
Yeah, Quinn, great question. So at the moment, let me show you the ones I normally work with when coding. So there's different use cases for when you'd want MCPs. Obviously, one of the biggest ones, and probably most people that even know about MCPs are coming from an AI coding place. So I think the biggest one I use is Perplexity Ask. I just think Perplexity Search is so good. And this is just like one tool call. So Perplexity Ask here. I think I gotta flip myself. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Perplexity. And then, so I also have Playwright and Browser MCP.
What does it do?
Perplexity is just like a web search, but it's really nicely formatted for LLMs.
Quinn build. The Perplexity Ask.
Yeah, Perplexity is just web search. I don't know if you've ever used Perplexity AI. It's super popular, but it's like, I just find it so fast and effective at finding what we want. So like, I mean, I'll just show you it here on the right. This is Perplexity. I can be like, how can I configure remote MCP servers into my JavaScript app, give code examples. And yeah, it just formats it really nicely, really quickly. You can have like research mode to have it look at more sources. By default, it looks at about, oh shit, look, this is a lot more than I thought, like 33 sources, and then combines all the best information in like a really nice format. Look, you can see what you need, all this code. it just gets like all the information from the web really nicely and fast. Another two I use is Playwright and Browser MCP. These two are really good for debugging web. Playwright is like the one I used first. The issue with Playwright is it makes a headless browser, so it doesn't have any of your auth sessions and stuff. But it is pretty good generally, and it also supposed to be able to take like screenshots and stuff, although I'm not sure how reliable that is. Browser MCP is a different one. With Browser MCP, you actually install a Chrome extension, Browser MCP, and you can connect to a tab that you're already like authentic with. So it's better for debugging stuff that, you know, would require auth and, you know, these agents. I think we reconnected now. Okay, it should be okay now. Sorry about that. Let me know if we good. What if we hit the rate limit in Claude? Do we switch to any other modal or are we stuck? I assume you're talking about Claude Code. Oh yeah, you are talking about Claude Code. Sorry. I think if you hit the rate limit, you're stuck until it refreshes. What you can also probably do is there's a few things. By default, you can't use another model because by default it only uses anthropic models, which is what you're stuck with. But there's a way to change. There's a way to change your Claude Code to make it use any model. There's like a video on it. Where is that guy? This guy, Claude Code Unlocked. This guy kind of shows how to change your base URL so you can use it with any model. But if you're using it with a model that's not Claude Sonnet or Claude Opus, it's definitely going to be way worse. Not only is Sonnet and Opus like the best agent model available at the moment, Claude Code is also like fine-tuned to work really well with those models. So just know that, like, I don't know, this guy says Kimi 2 performs like Claude, but it's not as close as you'd expect, but based on the hype. Pretty much, I'm just gonna say that. Hey Pash, what's up? Yes, I'm in SF. Is that Nick Pash? Doesn't look like Nick Pash. Yeah, man. Are you around? Can I view your channel if I go into this? Pash. Go to channel. Oh, Pash VC. Okay. Nice to meet you, Pash. All right, so let's go back to what I was coding. Okay, there's one more question. I feel like, how can you learn about these tools and not just want to start your own company? Yeah, it's definitely very exciting. Wait, why isn't your message popping up? Is this? Huh? For some reason. Nick from Pavel. I'm from Miami. Oh, okay. Nice. I don't know why your messages aren't popping up, guys. Tell me more about SpeakMCP. Yes, I would love to. Man. I just really want the stream highlights. Hold on, let me just test one thing before I do that. Okay, so it works on that screen. Just doesn't work on this screen. There we go. Okay. SpeakMCP. Okay, let me show you. I think we just had remote MCP servers. Okay, awesome. So I can kind of test this at the same time, hopefully. Let me run it for you locally. Okay, so this is SpeakMCP settings page. You don't really need this to interact with the app once you've set it up, but let me just show you some cool things about the setting. You can see previous conversations, just like most AI agent apps here. You just see like the successful conversations. What's really cool, actually, yeah, what's really cool is the agent. Oh no, we got an error. Sorry, I'm actively working on this. Okay, let's just quit this. I'll show you the stable build SpeakMCP. This is a stable build. It's an open source app. One thing, very basic functionality it comes out of the box with is the ability to do voice dictation. So, you know, I can just say anything here and it would type that. And you can see I just posted that in the TikTok chat, anything here. But that's just a very basic thing. What cool thing it has is the agent mode with tool calling. So you can load any MCP server. I just have one at the moment, file system, which can edit files on my computer. And you see this text looking for cool MCP servers. This is read from a file on my desktop. So now what I can do is let me make sure this is a good model. I'm going to switch my model to Grok. I mean, sorry, not Grok, to Claude Sonnet 4 through Open Router. And so this is like, you know, the best agent model. And I can say update stream status to say debugging SpeakMCP. And this should kick off an agent here just from my voice that can use these MCP servers to do whatever I say. Because I have a file system MCP server, it can, you know, interact with my file system. So hopefully once this kicks off, for some reason, this server takes a little while to initiate, like over 10 seconds. I hope it's not bugged. There's a chance it's bugged because it normally doesn't take this long. Yeah. It's definitely taking way longer than it should. There we go. Also, I think like Sonnet 4 has like times where it goes down or like takes a while to respond. But here we go. It's should have updated. There we go. See? Debugging SpeakMCP. So that's kind of like my first use case, is just to have this voice agent while I'm streaming. It can do stuff for me without me having to type stuff, like update the status. I did not. The MO goes, yo, Dre, what's up, man? Hope you're doing well. Don't use DuckDuckGo, use Bright Data. Yeah, obviously Bright Data is so much better, but it's so much more expensive. DuckDuckGo is completely free. So yeah. Do messages work here? Yeah, they do proof of work. I'm just manually clicking what gets highlighted. But yeah. Kind of like Super Whisper plus MCP. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Pesh. And it's fully open source. And yeah. I think it's really cool. You know what's also really cool about it is the landing page. If you go to speakmcp.com, look at this cool animation. Wow. That's so cool. That's our logo. It was animated by v0.0.4. It's crazy. Like getting someone to make this like 3 years ago would have cost you so much, I think. Cool domain. Thank you, man. Okay. Let's continue. What were we doing? Oh yeah, debugging, DuckDuckGo, remote server stuff. Oh yeah, so there was an error now. One really annoying thing is I can't autonomously debug this Electron app. It doesn't work on the web for some reason. So yeah, I just kind of have to do this for now. All right, let's see how my remote agent's doing. Okay, nice. I'm going to create a PR here. Yeah. Okay, so now I have chat on auto highlight, and I'm also turning on TTS while I eat this apple. That wasn't the apple. This is the apple. I'm gonna mute so I don't. All right, I've asked the agent to see like what's a better way we can debug, because the error only shows in the tools view, GUI, and not in the console. See, we still get the error, but it's like there's an Electron MCP server that hopefully should do this, but it doesn't yet. So let's go to the view. It's a bit annoying, but I guess we could see the errors here. Tools. Okay, now it works. Great. All right, let's try add. How can I add? Okay, nice. Look, we can add a streamable HTTP. I think this is what we want. Yep. Add server. All right, let's see. Does that add? Oh. DuckDuckGo search. Well, you killed it. Yeah, the issue is resolved. Let's try again to add DuckDuckGo search. Tools. Add server. DuckDuckGo search. HTTP. Paste. Add server. Okay. Will that connect? Nice. We got DuckDuckGo search. Let's see. Search for the latest price of Bitcoin. Yeah, it initializes the servers after I trigger them, which slows things down. It should already be initialized. Nice. I think that was gonna work. 119,000. Damn. 119,000. Let's see if that's correct. Probably is.
Proof of work. Can you fetch content from Twitter?
Not with the DuckDuckGo. Yeah, that is correct. Not with the DuckDuckGo MCP. For Twitter, you'd need, yeah, a better MCP. Like Superdata. I think Superdata. Maybe Bright Data. I don't know if X has their own official MCP, but yeah, like platforms like X make it really hard for bots and stuff to scrape it and get data off it, unfortunately. Okay, add remote URL. Sweet. Nice, we've made a feature. So we can clear that issue, and also we can now start looking at the pull request that we have. This issue ability to add remote URLs. Done. What else? Okay, we have a pull request to global kill switch. Yeah, I want to try this. Let's try this. Check out this. Okay, let's see if this global kill switch works. What is the kill switch? Control Shift Escape. Oh, this doesn't even run. No electron entry file. All right, let's try debug. All right, triggered augment to help debug just being able to run this. Meanwhile, let's look at MCP server state management. Well, what's this? Try the new experience. This looks largely the same. It's a test. MCP service. Initialize MCP services on app startup. Nice, that's good. MCP service.ts. Get services that should be initialized. Ones that are not disabled. Perfect. On subsequent calls. Okay, this is cool. Something else to test later on. All right, we should have a kill switch now. Let's see if there's settings for the kill switch. Dude, this is the same error we had before. It's interesting. Just pasted that error.
I see through. What is the error?
Just some random join on undefined or something. I think it's a pretty basic one. It should be able to fix it pretty quickly. Yes. But yeah, that's pretty much the summary of the app. I don't know if people are interested in working on it or even using it. I think the issue with a lot of these general tools is like they're too general, so it's hard to like think of a good use case, and like everyone's use case is different kind of thing. So I'm not sure. Curious to hear if you have an idea for what you would use. Or like, for instance, I've heard people using Claude Code for making like remotion animations. I think that's pretty cool. All right, let's see if there's a kill switch. Oh, here we go. Enable emergency kill switch. Control Shift Escape. Control Alt Q. Control Shift Q. I'm gonna do Control Shift Q. Let's see if we can get this emergency kill switch. Recursively check for the largest file on my computer. I don't know, this actually doesn't even make sense as a request for these servers, but just want to see if I can do the kill switch once this starts. Okay, kill switch. Oh, perfect. That's really good. I'm gonna commit that. Nice. Now we have a kill switch. Yeah, because at the start of this stream, I almost deleted everything on my computer with the MCP. Yo, Kyle Bomber, what's up, man? Good to see you. I haven't been on in a while. What have I missed? Okay, so I like to visualize this with fork. Oh yeah.
I am Kyle Balmer. Hey man, just popping in.
Yeah, bro. Thanks for dropping by. If you guys haven't checked out Kyle Bomber, is a great creator on TikTok around the same space, AI, automation, stuff like that. Where's SpeakMCP? There we go.
Living me. Dude, what's a good tool that I, not technical, can create my own LLM with my own set of data?
Your own LLM with your own set of data. Honestly, like I say this most times when people ask about fine tuning, I'd say 9 times out of 10, fine tuning isn't worth it. What I would do instead is use a great model and then like have your data or examples in the context, either through the system prompt or even just your normal prompt. That generally works better 9 times out of 10. Yeah, personally, I've never had to fine tune anything. Okay, we've got some merge conflicts. Let's resolve these. Transport server process. Okay. Oh wait, this is. I think we can remove this. Actually, that's just a transport map string or something. Okay, no, that's good. Ooh. Transport equals await create transport. I think this is what we want on the left. Okay.
Living me. I'm not talking about generating text. I'm talking about identifying market opportunities, etc.
Right. Okay, I mean, like, if you're talking about a reinforcement learning model, that's especially outside of my expertise.
Revanth. Yo.
And
Living me. Yes.
I think even for a non-technical person, it'll be even harder. Yo, Revant, what's up, Ran? Thanks for joining. Wait, which one do I need here? Config args. If SDIO config. I think we need this one. This could break some stuff. Yeah, okay. All right, we've merged the kill switch into main, but I might have broken remote servers in the process. Only one way to find out. Whoop.
Living me. So how do I achieve it? Hire someone to build it on Hugging Face.
Yeah, although my hunch is like you could like what you want market opportunities.
Man, is it cool in Palo Alto?
I'm in SF at the moment, which is a lot colder than most of the Bay. Palo Alto is probably a lot warmer than it is here, but yeah, it's very cold in SF. Living me, I would say, like market opportunities. Are you talking about like by analyzing things online, like articles and stuff? Because when it comes to that, LLMs is what's probably the best for like reinforcement learning to analyze text on the internet is probably going to underperform versus an LLM, I'd assume. So my hunch is like building a system around an LLM could be what you want. And then eventually it could lead into a reinforcement model once like all the signals are processed. But yeah, definitely out of my area of expertise. So I don't know, but that's just my hunch. Okay, let's see. We've got a remote server. Yep. Let's see if this remote server still works. Find some news for today, 27th of July, 2025. Yeah, see, it's initializing all these after I ask. Oh, it looks like DuckDuckGo wasn't even initialized. Yeah, I don't have access to tools that can search Ethernet. Come on. I'm going to remove file system. And why? Yeah, I think I broke remote URLs. The path argument is undefined. There is no path argument. All right, let me try to debug this.
Any suggestions as to next steps for me to look? Events, groups, etc. Thanks, bro. Panic attack. Hello.
Hey, Panic Attack, what's up? Any suggestions for where to go next? I don't know. Honestly, I would, yeah, search on Google. I don't really know. These like what you're kind of referring to kind of reminds me of like quant stuff, like finance people, like fintech and AI. Those are the kind of circles I'd probably look into.
Panic attack. What are you building today? Revan. I guess the DuckDuckGo doesn't work good. I tried it.
DuckDuckGo worked good before I merged this. Before I merged this pull request. Let me try debug it. I'll be like, the last commit merge broke the remote URL MCP server compatibility. I get this error when trying to initialize my remote server. All right, let's see what this thinks. But yeah, no, generally DuckDuckGo is not as good as like Perplexity say. But one great thing about DuckDuckGo is it's free without an API key. So just for testing like a, web search online, it's super easy. Like I installed it through Smithery and you don't even need like to install it on your machine. Like it's like a remote MCP URL. You just paste that into your MCP settings and you have web search as a tool.
Rim Leon. HAB Klein.
Yeah, Klein, amazing open source extension. I don't think it's as performant as Augment and probably Claude Code, but I just love how it's open source. It's definitely like inspired a lot of things. It was one of the first to have, and still one of the only ones to have like easy install MCPs in like a huge library of MCPs to install. Yeah, they're very innovative and they post great thought leadership stuff online. I have huge respect for them.
I see through. Yeah, Klein has the best MCP installation.
Okay. Hopefully we can initialize DuckDuckGo now. Yes, awesome. Let's see if it works. What's the latest price of Ethereum?
Jordan Newman, what up, G?
Yo, Frosty, what's up? I'm just showing off SpeakMCP. Yeah, looks like DuckDuckGo is working. We just initialized web. All right, that's one PR down. One more PR to go, and I think we're gonna end it after that next PR.
Grim Leon, HAB Docker MCP. Jayesh Babaska, Klein is really good. Just the concern is API costs. It's pure.
Yeah.
And GitHub Copilot has limited their tiers.
Yeah, exactly. Klein is really good, but yeah, if you're paying for the best model, Sonnet 4, which is what all of these like great AI coding assistants are using, like Augment's using Sonnet 4, Claude Code's using Sonnet, and Opus 4, it's just going to be so expensive if you're paying for that yourself through API usage. But, you know, obviously it's just like VC-backed companies burn cash to get user adoption. So, you know, it works out for us. We get heavily subsidized Claude Sonnet 4. Okay. Where is this other PR I want to test? So the next PR is, we got kill switch. We need server state management. Yes. This one is really important. Let's see if we can test it out. All right, so what this should do is initialize the MCP servers on app launch. Let's see if that's the case. Nope. Oh, this is the exact same error. It's so funny. Oh, you know what? One way we can fix this, and which is actually probably a good way to fix it, is to merge main into this branch. This will probably cause conflicts, which is fine, but it will solve this join issue instead of us having to use the agent. Hold on, let me make this bigger. Okay. Get available tools, initialize. Okay, we want that. Okay, that's it. Okay, perfect. Okay, let's see if that works now. Tools. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Yes, and it's initialized. Okay, great. So now I can be like, what's the price of Ethereum? And it should search it instantly without having to initialize the, yes, perfect. Okay, that was such an easy merge. Let's try kill switch. Actually, kill switch isn't on this branch. That's fine. And then we merge that into main. Merge, commit, push. Awesome. Actually, one more thing to test is if I can turn off one tool and have it stay off.
Which AI do you use and model?
I want to use file system, MCP. Which AI and model am I using currently? Let's have a look. I actually forgot what I'm using. Oh, damn, this doesn't work. Wait, actually. I gotta set this to desktop. Nice, okay. Let me have a look. So we're using Sonnet 4. But let's try Gemini 2.5 Flash. This should be fast and cheap. And I'm gonna turn off DuckDuckGo search and hopefully it stays off. Let's see. Update stream status text file to read finishing stream.
What's the limit? Do you get rate limited?
Oh, it turns on initializing MCP server.
How Smithery earns by providing MCP tools for free, I mean they host it.
Damn it. Yeah, Flash didn't work too well. How about augment code? What's the limit? Do you get rate limited? What are you planning on? Augment code uses Claude Sonnet 4 primarily, though they are experimenting with new models. GPT-5 might be shipped very soon, and they might include a model picker. In fact, I think they are confirmed shipping a model picker with Augment very soon, probably next week. Do you get rate limited? No, you don't get rate limited with Augment.
Marche. Oh, Sonnet too much expensive.
You don't get rate limited with Augment, but you're limited by the amount of credits you have. So you have to buy more credits to use more. But the great thing now, I don't think this is going to be forever, but the great thing now about Augment is it charges you 1 credit per message. Whereas like Cursor, I'm pretty sure it charges you per like, actually they might have changed this, but at one point they charged you per like tool call and per, message sent and received per API call, which can add up really fast. But the cool thing about Augment is you can kind of abuse it to like give it a really long task and tell it to keep iterating on tests until it finishes. And as long as it's just one message you sent and it doesn't give up midway, which it sometimes does, that one message can contain like, 50 tool calls, which is crazy. Yeah, Sonnet is super expensive if you're bringing your own key. But yeah, a lot of these tools, as I said, kind of subsidize that for you. Okay, so this didn't fully do what I wanted, unfortunately. It did half of what I wanted. But I don't know how to debug this. I'm kind of gotta say like, currently when I press the stop button on an MCP server, it should stay off. But unfortunately, the current behavior is I press the stop button, I trigger a new agent mode conversation, and when that starts, it reinitializes all the stopped MCP servers. If the user has purposefully stopped a server, it should stay stopped until they start it again. So we need better ways to show what servers are stopped for sure by the user and only initialize them if the user clicks initialize or it's, yeah, actually that's pretty much it. Cade, what's up? What do you think about Augment new update this week? The ones that are coming or the ones that they already did? How does the user start the server? There's this button. I guess it's more of like a restart server button. So maybe that needs a start server button. But yeah, at the moment it's restart server. What's the other tool in DuckDuckGo? Search or fetch content? Oh, sweet. It has a fetch content. That's pretty cool. File system has 24 tools. It's definitely a lot. Next days. Yeah, okay. I'm going to give you my honest opinion on the Augment launch week. Wait, is there a web page? Yeah, launch week summer. In 22 hours. So here's my my honest opinion is the first 3 days are not that exciting. Day 4 is a pretty exciting announcement. But it's just an announcement, unfortunately. So for most people, this launch week isn't going to be that interesting. But what's coming after day 4 is super interesting. But like, you're not going to be able to play with it I don't think most people aren't going to be able to play with it for at least another 2 weeks. So new IDE, you're on the right track. That is the big news coming up. It's not a new IDE, but it's definitely a new interface. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. But no, actually, maybe more than one new interface. CLI is a good guess. Mobile app and CLI is a very good guess. AGI. Why do all these random AI company tools matter if soon we'll be able to upgrade open source models with high intelligence engines? I don't know if open source will close the gap anytime soon. It's definitely closing the gap. But my hunch is there will still be a gap between open source and state of the art for the next year, at least. No, it's not a new IDE similar to Cursor, but it is a new interface. They still have trial users? What, Augment? Yeah, Augment has, now it's a 7-day free trial. Okay, let's see if this works. I'm gonna turn off file system. I should turn off DuckDuckGo. Nice, now it says stop by user, that's good. Update stream status text file to say finishing stream. Oh shit, it restarted it? What the fuck? Okay, let's try that again, I guess. I think it's because it's updating the code while I'm doing this. Okay, stop by user. Update stream status text file to read finishing stream. Okay, there we go. Nope, it failed. Don't have access to the path. What files do you see? Okay. Update the context of stream status to read finishing stream. Context. I keep saying context instead of contents. Hey, there we go. Okay, it worked. Great. So pretty sure it stopped. Yeah, DuckDuckGo search. So awesome. I've finished everything I wanted to do. What will happen if Anthropic fork VS Code? I'm not sure. Honestly, like, I don't think they're going to do that. I think they're going to just double down on Claude Code. Yeah, there is a chance they make an IDE, but I think it's a very small chance. What ML 7 days free trial? Is it Gemini or Claude? I was talking about Augment Code, and it uses, yeah, Sonnet 4 at the moment. Has a 7-day free trial. And it's actually what I'm using right here. This is Augment Code on the side. And yeah, it's able to do, I don't know if you're watching this whole stream, we've shipped like 3 features pretty easily. I'm gonna let this finish, it's finished, and we're gonna ship this fix MCP shutdown persistence. Okay, that's it. So I might push this. I might release this version 0.0.3 on GitHub, so I don't know if anyone else has a Mac and they want to play around with it, they can. Where's releases? Nope. Sonnet 4 versus Gemini Pro 2.5 for coding. Okay, so what I think is like Sonnet is definitely the better model for agents and tool calling based on what I've played with. But Gemini 2.5 is really good as an LLM to do like big changes. That 1 million token context window on Gemini 2.5 is great. It can also take videos, which is crazy. Although it is kind of just like an image thing. But yeah, if you like use AI Studio, upload your whole code base and ask questions, you can do that for free with Gemini 2.5. But generally when it comes to using it with agents like Cursor, Klein, I don't know what other agents you can use it with. In my experience, Sonnet 4 has just been outperforming it. We got everything revealed in the comments section by different people at the X. Yeah. I think we're learning how to do launch week. This is kind of like a practice launch week for Augment. Yeah, there's so many things that we could do better, but it's just like, yeah, let's just do a launch week. And then next time we do a proper launch week, it's going to be much more amazing. Okay, I'm shipping this binary. Will it update it? Let me delete that one. Gemini is trustworthy 3 out of 7 days of the week. Heard it's good yesterday and today. I agree on that. Nice. Yeah, I mean, even with Sonnet, people are saying that it's like Claude Summer or something. And like, because he's French, Claude gets like lazy in the summer. So it's pretty funny. Okay. Yeah. But I'm going to end stream here. Hope you guys enjoyed. It's good to be back. I am moving house next weekend, so I hope to set up like a studio in the next place. That would be sick. But yeah. Make a look at Anthropic status page. Yeah, I've heard it goes down a lot. Does that have a... Oh, this isn't too bad. But yeah. Does go down a lot, as you'd expect. Okay, sweet. That's shipped. So yeah, if you guys want to try SpeakMCP, I wonder if there's a way to ship the latest version. Wait, what the fuck? I would download it from here. Yeah, if you press this. What the hell? How does that get the DMG? Did I not upload the DMG? Guess I didn't. Your GIF looked great, yeah, man. I like upscaled it. The only shit thing is it's not like a nice loop. It's like a loop and then reversed. It's the poor man's loop. But yeah, it looks great. I want to add it to the actual app soon too, but this is actually, I think this is an MP4. It's not a GIF. But yeah. Like having that as a loading spinner on the app would be sick. Oh yeah, no worries, Frosty, man. I just appreciate you even like giving this. I'm pretty sure you're the one that made this. I just reversed it and upscaled it. But yeah, no, amazing. Thanks so much, Frosty. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Thanks so much, guys. I'm gonna finish stream here. Hope to see you around. I'll be on Discord. Actually, let me just quickly shout out Discord. That's pretty much where I am the whole time. So even if I don't post, I'll always be. We actually have a new Discord URL, discord.gg/techfriend, TECHFREN. That should bring up Tech Friends community. So yeah, hope to see you there. And we'll see you next time. What new features coming for Augment next updates? Yeah, I think honestly, like I said this before, nothing too exciting or new until Thursday. I think on Thursday we're gonna announce something pretty cool. So yeah, just a warning that, like, you know, if on the first 3 days you see like, oh, this isn't that cool, that would probably be my reaction if I was expecting something cool and what they release on these first 3 days. Especially if you're like a user of Augment already, you probably already know the things that are going to be announced on the first 3 days. But yeah, following that and the week following, I think we're going to have some really cool stuff. Even next week, there's like something that's going to be shipped that's not even part of the launch week announcements, which is new. I don't know. I have my opinions. Overall, Augment's a great product, but I don't know. I have personally some doubts about this launch week, I'd say. Or like how hype it is, at least. Anyway, see you guys later. Peace out.